We are live. We are live. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We are back and live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me in Talk Live, live on IG, YouTube. We are back to the full cam over here and onto Instagram and YouTube here. Yes, adjusting cameras and doing what we have to do before we do damage. Thank you very much for joining me in Talk Live tonight. Yes, I have the NLCS on in the background. Seems the Yankees are doing their thing, still on course to make the World Series. I think it's still going to be a LA Dodgers New York Yankees series and an LA New York series. What Major League Baseball wants, Lord knows. Lord knows the two biggest markets on the tickets to be in the World Series. So again, yeah, nothing out of the ordinary to be seen yet. But again, that is for another time as we move on. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live, live on IG and YouTube, sponsored by Duntalk, DUNTLK.com. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for all of your love shown on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. TikTok especially, because again, that is promoting the brand to a great extent. We're going to be moving things onto those platforms, doing a bit of Talk Live shorts, minutes, sorry. And they will be put on all three platforms very, very, very soon. So again, look out for that this weekend. I aim to do that this weekend. Lord knows, Lord knows, Lord knows. So again, thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. So let's get into it on a Friday night. Yes, a Friday night, third night of the week for Talk Live. Yes, we are rolling out with the concept. We're rolling out with the topics tonight. And I thought I'd do a lighthearted topic this time round with regards to the dating scene, and one who has put herself on the dating scene, quite simply, and who loves being there at the moment and loving the single life, and that is Tia Mowry, ladies and gentlemen. Tia Mowry, the star of stage well, I wouldn't say stage, but more or less screen, to be fair, and she has her own talk show. I believe it's a reality show that's on, I believe, We Network. We Network. And yeah, she is living the single life, people, and she is saying that she loves it, but the mask is starting to slip, quite simply, and the cracks are starting to show, quite simply, because Lord knows, time waits for no man or woman. And she is finding it out right now. So thank you very much. We're going to get into that and investigate that tonight. Yes, indeed. Had this in the holster for a little while here. And thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live as we move on to this Friday night. Third night of the week. We are on Tuesday, Wednesday, and now Friday. It looks like that's going to be more or less schedule for the most part. But I will let you know if and when as we move forward. And I thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live as we move on into it. I hope you are having a good start to the weekend. It's been a very good day here in Toronto. Very summer-like temperatures out there, and long live the day. And again, it's fall is here, ladies and gentlemen, in full swing. My second favorite season of the year, as already heralded. And yes, I am loving life as we speak. A lot of good news today, but I won't go into those right now. You will soon to find out about that in due course. But thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. So let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. Back to the browser. Back to the full cam. We're going to get a little comedy in to start. Thanks to the THPP network. I had to bring this on because I just saw this today, and I thought this was bloody hilarious. But it shows how life is hilarious at the time. And shout out to the THPP network. And just got a notification that all is well in the world. And yes, shout out to the THPP network. And they had a very, very humorous post, humorous video they brought out last couple days. And it's called Corey Holcomb and Dion Cole Drop Bombs on Vintage Women Like Tia Mowry Disrespecting Her Ex-Husband. Yes, Tia has been very, very loose at the lips, so to speak, and about denigrating her husband when there is no real denigration, because as we move into this, into the background, Corey Holcomb moved heaven and earth to be with Tia Mowry. They became sweethearts and were married, and she lived up to certain virtues of womanhood and of a woman on marriage. But again, she decided to flout those in her older years. And again, we are moving, speaking of older years, we're moving on to vintage women like Tia Mowry. So again, we're going to jump into this right away. And thank you very much for joining me at Talk Live as we get into this. Yes, indeed. So let the hilarity ensue. Thank you very much for joining me at Talk Live. Let's go.
Ladies, that my brother Deion Cole say, all you vintage women. Deion Cole created that. All you busters who going around saying it, give my brother his props. Deion Cole came out with vintage women. That's his saying.
Yup.
I want to shout out all the beautiful vintage women in the house tonight. I see you. I see all your fans and your sequence. I see you. And look, I want to let you know I appreciate you so much for being here. We know you don't do full days and full nights. So this is a lot for you to be out tonight. I sure appreciate you. You could be anywhere right now. You could be at home watching the Newlywed Game and eating butterscotch. Yeah, I know. What? Did you just call us vintage?
All you vintage women, listen to me. I'm not saying this as a way to diss you, but I'm saying you're not who you think you are. When a man is flirting with you at a club and you over 40 at a club,
you get right in, you go back into the line. Hey, what's up, shorty? What's up, pretty girls? What's up?
What the is your problem? I'm not going anywhere. You.
Familiar tale, to be sure, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue. I ain't gonna go there. Just let it play.
It's not because you're not hot. I would love to tap that ass. I would tear that ass up. I can't let you in because you're old for this club.
What?
You old, she pregnant. Can't have a bunch of old pregnant running around. That's crazy.
you are being ran game on. Ain't nobody trying to do nothing but get something up out you. And most of the time ain't nothing coming up out you, but some pussy don't get pregnant no more. I call it dead pussy.
Wow.
Once you can't bring a life out that pussy, it's dead. If you are a woman who can become pregnant, you are a valuable commodity. If you are a woman who can become pregnant, you add value to the community, especially if you do it right, which is be with a man you respect and be honorable. Is that the word?
No,
be honorable. But all you women who can't get pregnant no more because your womb died, stop calling other women telling them about what you did with some man in particular. If you can't bring life into this world, you need to talk to other women like this. Hey girl, now I just want to let you know my dead. I can't make life out of it no more. But I've been your man. That way the other woman can be like, well, yeah, your pussy dead. He using it.
That's real shit.
I'm just saying. Why not tell the truth who you are?
I got caught cheating.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Corey Holcomb just said it perfectly well there. He coined things to a T. Listen, you have three pillars as a lady. You have youth, beauty, fertility. I've already talked about that here in Talk Live. When you hit, I repeat, when you hit Tia Mowry's age, you are not bending the time-space continuum to your will anymore. That is over as a lady because two of your pillars are gone, and that is fertility and that is youth. You may still have your beauty, but you're hanging on to that. Now, luckily in this case, Tia Mowry's hanging on to it rather well. But the fact of the matter is, two of her pillars are gone, and she ain't fooling nobody. She's not the first, and she is not the last, ladies and gentlemen. Ebony K. Williams tried to bend the time-space continuum. Nope. Naomi Campbell tried to bend the time-space continuum. Nope. Mary J. Blige tried to bend the time-space continuum. Nope. Name your woman of Hollywood over 40. Name your resident modern woman over 40. And they'll give you, and the same applies. Once you hit that 40 mark, once you hit geriatric pregnancy, it is pretty much done. And Tia Mowry thinks that she should deserve a second chance on these streets at 46. She thinks she deserves a second chance on these streets at 46 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, she has no youth and she has no fertility. So guess what? She has, as my man, Mr. Dion Cole, is a vintage woman. She, as my friend Coley Holcomb said, she is dead. Pussy. And neither time nor twine can save her. It's over now. So she, as Corey Holcomb so eloquently said, she needs to have stayed with a man she loved, honored, and respect. And that was Corey Holcomb. Not Corey Holcomb, sorry. That was Corey Harding. Her ex-husband. Who moved heaven and earth to be with her, but she thought that she deserved a second go-around on the market. It's okay, she's going to get a second go-around, all right. She may not like the consequences, but she's going to get a second go-around. But men ain't going to tell you what type of go-around she's going to get. Sorry about that. Halle Berry tried to bend the time-space continuum. Luckily, she found someone who was waiting in the wings, but to think that Tia Mowry is going to, succeed where others have failed, and where the majority of people have failed, I would say Halle Berry is the last of people who have not failed here. It's a 1 in 100 chance that you get what you want out of the deal where someone rates you as highly as they do rate someone half her age. And should we bask in the glory of this revelation? No. However, we should use this as another cautionary tale to the many cautionary tales that Tia Mowry is no different from every other woman out there. And you are taking a hell of a chance coming out on this dating market on a whim because you want to live your truth. Plain, simple, to the point. Dion, please, continue.
Was living with this girl, came home, turned the light on. The other girl I was dating was in the house with her.
I was like, I got the wrong apartment.
And they both was like this. Yeah, motherfucker, what you gonna do now? Yeah, and da-da-da. And
both of y'all
I sat there. I was cool as the Fonz. I sat there and was looking at both of them. And they did all day, what you gotta say now? What you gotta say now? And I was cool as ice. I just said, who gonna stay with me? Which one of y'all gonna stay with me? That's what I'm explaining to. And one of them was like, see, I knew you didn't care, mother. Left. And the other one sat there and was crying. I said, you leaving too? And she just sat there. And she was like, and that's why I explained it to her. And me and her, we kept it going.
Yeah, that get cold. That's cold.
Why do you...
See, here's the thing that y'all ladies think that, it's the same for a man. No. Not for a man who's confident, intelligent, assertive. Not for a man who's of high value. No. He can call shots. He can call shots to a woman his age. He can call shots to a woman who's half his age. As clearly seen here by Deon Cole. Deon Cole was cheating on said woman with someone else. Was discovered. And he just... And, you know, as was seen here, I would suspect it's, you know, women of African diaspora heritage. Yes. He turned around and literally said, okay, I've cheated on one of you, if not both of you. So, who gonna stay? Who gonna stay? He laid it out simple and plain. Because he knew his status in the world. He knew who he was. He said, you know what? Okay, I messed around, I messed up, but there it is. Who gonna stay? After the caterwauling and catcalling, one left, one stayed. He offered an explanation to said woman who stayed, and he kept it moving. Yes, it is different for one man of high value and one man who has the confidence, intelligence, and assertiveness to move forward. Because guess what, ladies? A man may potentially cheat on you. But if he keeps you in your world, you are worth something to him. And so he will reason with you for you to stay. That's something that Tia Mowry don't understand. Tia's got to give something to her new man that her old man, Mr. Hardick, would have given up in spades. And that is very hard to do. Very, very difficult to do. As already proven here on Talk Live. It doesn't usually work out for you that way. Most men aren't going to usually come back and say, okay, I will offer you a concession plan. No. One example, Harry Bear. A few others that have yet to come to my recollection. You can mention them down in the comments. Yeah? Mention them down there. I want to hear from you. But most women ain't going to give you that. Most men ain't going to give you that. Aren't worth the time and the place or the opportunity to give you that sort of deal anymore. And I think Tia Mowry is realizing that on the dating market, she has only one use. And that is for recreational use only. Rarely are you taken seriously by someone of an older age. And if they are, then usually he has pretty much done having kids, pretty much building a legacy, pretty much is who he is. And he's willing to take you on. Willing to take you on before someone takes you out. And sorry, ladies, if you get that opportunity, take it with both hands. But I'll tell you something, rarely does that happen. Rarely does that happen. Corey, you had something else to say, please. Go ahead.
Get on the phone and act like you are a valuable commodity in society. Oh, yeah, I just want you to know I'm messing with your man. Put in. You ain't messing with him. He riding you out to ski. When you skeet with older women, it ain't no pressure. You ain't even got to call them for 3-4 months because you know they ain't pregnant.
Yo, no.
They dead.
That's real.
If you go deep enough, you'll feel a little wood casket back there.
Flashback.
A lot of couples decided that it was better to be lived, your life's better lived apart than together.
Yes.
How did you know that it was time
That's a really good
to
question.
take that route?
I knew when I really started to focus on my happiness. I feel like women, we tend to focus on everybody else's happiness, making sure that everybody else is okay, meaning our children. Meaning, our children, our friends, our, family. But at the end of the day, it's about self-love.
One pathetic.
Stop there. I just got a comment here from Golden Tight. Lord Jesus. Now that's a name. That's a name. Thank you very much for joining me, Golden Tight. She says, "Me want them pension plan." All right. All dry up foot gal, rub down such man belly. Oh gosh, Golden Tight. Wow. If as only a Jamaican woman could say it so eloquently. Thank you very much for those comments. Lord, me want them pension plan, all dry up foot girl, rub down such man belly. Wow. Anyhow, here's here's the thing. I just want to reply to that comment. Pension plan. Rarely are women of a certain age qualify for a pension plan as such. It is only earned after years of service. That's when you get a pension plan, after years of service. What the hell is Tia Mowry going to get a pension plan for? What is Tia Mowry going to get a pension plan for? For 6 months service? No! She'll be treated like anyone else on the market. Membership has its privileges. If you're out here with two of your 3 pillars gone, guess what you're going to be? You're going to be, as Corey Holcomb so eloquently said, dead P-U-S-S-Y. Dead pum-pum. And you will be used for recreational use only. For the most part. Unless a man has already got a plan laid out and is willing to share it with you. And that's of the rare occasion. And for Tia Mowry to think that, she wanted to live, let's go back to what Tia Mowry had to say, because I just want to, only a woman of a certain age and, of a certain status in life could say what she had to say. Let's go with this.
How did you know that it was time
That's a really good
to
question.
take that route?
I knew when I really started to focus on my happiness.
Focus on her happiness. She wanted to focus on her happiness. What she should have been doing is focus on her goddamn family. Knowing good and well she had a good husband and children at home, she wanted to focus on her happiness. After a good man served you for, I would say, 16 years, you decide to focus on yourself. But that's the modern woman, of course. That's the modern woman. She thought that she had a second life out here. She's finding out that wrong, and we're going to go into that. But again, let me tell you something. Golden Tight is on a roll here. Well, she better sell her dentures or walk or tear out her back. Sell her bingo and bag it down. Oh my gosh. Oh, she's going to town. She's going to town. She's going to town. Oh my gosh. Sell her bingo, bag it down. Let me say this. Again, as I said, she wanted to focus on herself. She wanted to live her truth. She wanted to live her life on her terms. No, you had that chance when you were 18 to 40. You're 46 now. You can't live life on your terms. You live on the whims of a man now. Or sperm donor, if you have the money. But those terms are over. Living on your own terms, living on your own truth, thinking of yourself, those days are over. Modern Fresh and Fit has a saying that women, when they reach 18, they get an inheritance. They gain an inheritance. And it's up to them to see how they spend it. She spent her inheritance rather well. And then she thought to herself, you know what? I'm arrogant enough to throw it all away and see if I can make it on my own. No. You're not a self-made millionaire like most men. Women are I'm trying to say this right. Women are inheritance babies, and men are self-made millionaires when it comes to the dating market. And if they want to give up that inheritance and spend it freely and willfully, I mean, she spent it well, but she decided to throw her fortune away. And that she's going to get punished for. That Corey Hart will reap the benefits from. Because he's now a self-made millionaire. And guess what? Everybody wants to be with a self-made millionaire, especially at this stage in life. Well, I'll let it finish.
I feel like women, we tend to focus on everybody else's happiness, making sure that everybody else is okay, meaning our children. Meaning, our children, our friends, our, family. But at the end of the day, it's about self-love.
She thinks that self-love gonna save her because she has been a Hollywood starlet. She's been a B-list. Let's face facts here. She's been a B-list Hollywood star for, a good 15 to 20 years. So she thought that she can get an extended run. I'm sorry. The reviews are in. You don't get that run. You don't get that new list of dates on Broadway because of your name. It doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't. It doesn't. And she's found it out right now. That men have seen her because she lives a public life. Men know her stats. They know what they're getting involved with. There is no hiding place. And if she thinks that love lives here anymore, she's sorely mistaken. Halle Berry is one of a rare few women who get that opportunity. Other women have to understand that you get in where you fit in. And usually it fit in, you fit in as DEADPUSSY. I'll let you fill in the blanks. We have Golden Tide is on a roll with such comments as her free paper bun. Women will sell them rip up penthouse for $1. Lord, she better go find that if you run on her long body with Johnson. She better go find Daddy Fear. Oh, Diddy, sorry. Go find Diddy if you rub her long body with Johnson, baby. Diddy can't touch her right now. He is in Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York. But hey, maybe he's available for conjugal visits. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. More and more pantyhose. Oh, that's so funny. Let's see if there's any comments on the other end here. That is brilliant. Oh my gosh. We outside with Gigiato's ringed in and said, Church, she made an ass of herself and can't turn back the clock, leaving a good man. Truth. Gigiato, we miss you, buddy. Thank you very much for your commentary. Oh my goodness, we're back here. Wow. Yes, sir. Yes. What am I doing here? God damn. Okay, we'll go back. Yeah, she thought that she could, she thought she could bend the time-space continuum. She thought Hollywood had a place, gave her a special place in the dating market because, because she's Tia Mowry and, biology is different for her than to every other woman. But anyway, one pathetic sob story later.
Pathetic sob story later.
How does it feel to have so many people invested now in your dating life?
Girl, no. To be honest with you, I have asked the question why. Yeah, but I am choosing to. Nope, y'all gonna have to just guess and continue to guess.
I guess that she's been used as a trampoline. That's what I guess. She's been used as a hot pocket trampoline, and she ain't liking it so much. She's capping right now. Remember, she has a talk show. She has a reality show in which she has to show how good singledom and living her truth and living for herself has been, ladies and gentlemen. So, it seems to be going well. It really is seems to be going well.
Well,
I'm not saying anything.
Nothing. But is it harder than you thought it was going to be?
What?
Like just dating in general.
Oh yeah, because I never dated before, so I didn't have anything to compare it to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I definitely think it's harder, than I thought. But
there's the truth. Therein lies the truth. It's harder than she thought. She thought that she was going to run game here because she was, she was fit, feminine, friendly, and in the past has been cooperative and submissive. However, life and men had other plans.
I am optimistic.
They want that's gonna do everything in the world for them, and it's just not gonna happen.
Nah, but all the women in the world are looking for the same 5% at the top.
When you get divorced, you try new things. Did you try a lot of new things since you've been divorced? Now that you're single again, have you refound yourself? No? Huh. Starting to think maybe you were the problem. Starting maybe... What do you think?
Right. He's absolutely right. You think Corey was the problem. Corey Harding was the problem. No. It's Tia Mowry was the problem. She got a little hot foot. She thought that, she listened to her single friends and she wanted to see the difference. No. It ain't nothing special for you out here. Nothing special at all, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing special at all. She's getting that realization to this point. He's right. The comedian's right.
Think she had no part in it at all? Come on.
They all...
This is not available no more.
Exactly.
That's what he's saying.
That's exactly what
Women be out here creating super in their mind. They don't even be looking at in front of them. That's the difference between men and women. We see who here.
Right.
Women down here think it's a unicorn with long dick, a lot of money, and a weekend house, and this like poetry, and draw, and be a thug, and fight, and lift weights, and don't eat pork. You crazy? I'm tripping though.
What he said, man?
Man, they want them everything. 4 cars, 2 houses, one in Buckhead, one in downtown Atlanta.
Finally talking about the reason in which she decided to get divorced from her ex-husband, Corey Hardrick.
You shouldn't have to act in your life.
Yeah, that part. And that's what it was. I got tired of not being authentic, you know? And
No, she got tired of not being first anymore. That's what she got tired of. She got tired of not being number one. Because remember, she was born in the creative industry where she was seen as a priority to most of her life. To most people around her. Then she had to take a backseat to her family. Oh, that's what happens when you're in a marriage. Oh, you think family first. Oh, she didn't like that so much. She decided to get out. In a good relationship, she decided to get out. It's okay. As Kevin once said, if you think the world is yours now when you're in a marriage, wait till you get out of here, because there's nothing out here for you. Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And you know what? Reality's hitting her in the face. And she don't like the taste. She does not like the taste at all. Oh, Jesus.
and living in my truth.
Now, I thought it was interesting that she said that she got tired of people thinking that her relationship was perfect when it wasn't.
I got tired of showing up at events and people thinking that everything was perfect when it wasn't.
You know,
God, I can't understand. Tia just won't let this man. Corey, I'm gonna have to tell Corey, because me and Corey be in a DM and we be chatting it up. Okay, now this is what I'm gonna tell Corey, because I'm just trying to figure out when is he gonna say something.
Talked about her new.
Oh yeah. Let's run that back for a second. Let's run that back. Corey, no homo, is a good-looking guy. Guess what's gonna happen to him when he gets back on the market? More than likely, he ain't coming back. And he is going to get a newer, better model. You see, that's the ultimate revenge a high-value man has. A man of confidence, intelligence, and assertiveness has. Is that when he gets back on the market, life, which treated him hard at first, is going to be easy on him moving forward. Take it from me. Life gets better for you if you put in the work. And he has no homo, good genetics. So guess what he's going to put work on? And they are only willing to receive that work. You see, Tia thinks that she's the bride. No, it's him. And she's getting to learn that lesson over time. She'll learn that lesson. She'll learn how well he's doing in the dating market. He'll learn how better these young ladies are looking. She'll learn that she should have put her family first. And instead of thinking of herself, as she so eloquently said. And I'm paraphrasing. She wanted to put herself first. That's exactly what she said. She wanted to put herself first. Okay, put yourself first. But, make sure you're in the bedroom, not last.
Tia just won't let this man. Corey, I'm gonna have to tell Corey, because me and Corey be in a DM and we be chatting it up. Okay, now this is what I'm.
Okay, now you, Tasha K, you can't talk now. You already in a whole heap of trouble. Goddamn, Cardi B put you in a whole heap of but done bankrupt you. No wonder your goddamn clothes done changed now. You don't deserve to be in these goddamn DMs. Get to making that money so you can settle with Cardi B. We already done told you that.
I'm gonna tell Corey, because I'm just trying to figure out when is he gonna say something.
Talked about her new normal as she navigates life, being divorced, no longer in her marriage with her ex-husband after Corey Hardrick. And how, she was going through difficulties, even though we know that she was the one who made that decision.
Modern men have realized they cannot save modern women.
Modern women must save themselves and learn how to get along with the men they say they want. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. You can't save her. You cannot save her. So what do you end up having? You have men who are unhappy, women who are lonely. But ladies, understand something, that these men have far more opportunities than you do.
I feel like one of the
Yep, he does. And I told you about Corey. Corey's going to have so many opportunities. And it's hitting Tia Mowry in the face like a sledgehammer. And she don't like her looks right now. If you know what I mean. She don't like how Corey's looking right now, if you know what I mean. No, you can't say the modern woman. That is what Tia Mowry is. She is the modern woman. She thinks that she can have it all. No. There is a time limit on having it all. A time limit. But Tia didn't realize that. And now she's suffering the consequences. Any other comments? Thank you very much for joining me in Talk Live. I tell you what. Another example of, modern woman deciding to think that she can break all the rules. No, the rules are there for a reason.
hardest things that I've had to adapt to is dropping my kids off at their dad's house. I've always wanted the family dynamic of having a mom and a dad in one household.
Wait. Stop the timeline.
She wanted to have a mom and dad in a one household. Yes, she did have that, but she broke it up. She broke up the family unit when she wanted a mom and dad in the house. Does that make sense? Will you tell me if it makes sense? Tell me if that makes sense in the comments, please. I want to hear from you if that makes sense. She wanted a mom and dad in the house. She had a mom and dad in the house, but now she broke up that mom and dad in the house.
You see, you polite savages, what you are witnessing is the doublespeak of the woman in a modern era. The idiom of the modern woman is, I must be happy, no matter what. But nothing's going to make her happy because she's never been happy with herself. She never worked on herself. She never looked at herself. And now she had to turn around and say that she was just pretending. And the bad part is you had a man. You had a man who wasn't looking at anybody else. You had a man who wasn't interested in anyone else. You had a man who was there for you. But that wasn't good enough because you didn't feel good about yourself. Yep. And that's why, ma'am, everything you get, you deserve. And I'm not saying this is all women, but if that shoe fits, then lace that boot up and wear it like you need to wear it. And if you're screaming, that's just a hit dog hollering.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the narrator said it best. This is not all women. Certain women get it. They understand that once you are, you don't want to be out in these streets. Once you're off the streets, stay out of the streets. Stay out of the streets because they are cold. It's a cold, cold world out there. And to a good many women, that is true. But remember, 2030 is coming where 50% of women will be out in these streets. 50%. Some of them with children because the birth rate ain't dropping. 60% of women have children in their lifetime. 60% of the world's population of history have had children. And that includes black women, Hispanic women, Chinese women, Indian women, all women. However, most of them see the light. This black woman didn't. She gonna learn. She gonna see. Sorry, she gonna see. But, so she made this bed. She got to lie in it now for her reality show, because she got to make that money, right?
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Our complaint is that this man cooks too often and too well, and
he made me gain weight.
that you want to leave him because he treats a good black woman, which we're going to have to qualify, like good black women, a queen ought to be treated. What you're doing is taking I am a self-centered individual. And I don't appreciate what a man has brought to my table. So I'm going to make up some stupid reason to say what it is stupid. Mrs. Lucas, have you lost your mind?
Tia Mowry, have you lost your mind? I ask again, Tia Mowry, have you lost your natural mind? A man who is willing to wait, and it'll be repeated here again tonight, Talk Live. 5 years for you to even get into the sweetie suite. Before you started a game, before he got serious, he would decide to wait with you. But you wanted to leave because he got you fat. He made you look good on the red carpet. He made he made your house, he helped make your house a home. He was the problem. From disallowing you from living your truth. Well, that, my friends, as the divorce court judge there would say, that's a punishable offense. And you're about to get punished for that. You're about to get punished for that. You are going to get punished for that.
Greetings, you polite savages.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Let's move on here.
No matter how good they have it, they're going to be looking for something else. Moving on up the elevator. Every floor they go up, a little better. But no, I want to go to the next one. Yes, I can have it all right here that I ever thought of, but maybe the next floor has something I never thought of. And then finally, when they go up to the last floor, it's empty. And guess what, ladies? Nothing's there for you. Enter Tia Mowry. She is on a whirlwind tour promoting her new struggle show on WeTV, and she's been all over the outlets. And what she's doing? Well, of course, she has to kick in her ex's back just a little bit. Oh, no, I wasn't happy. Oh, no, I was miserable. Even though she said, hey, he never cheated on me. He was a great husband. He was even a great father to the children. He respected me, but that's not enough. Because Tia thought she could get something a little better. You see, when Tia was young, she never really dated. And all her friends told her that that just wasn't the way to go. You don't really know what's out there. And now that she's out there, she sees, guess what? Nothing's really out there for her. Because you're a lady who, even though you look good for your age, you're still your age, with kids in tow. And that big status you had for that daily television show is gone now. You are reduced to selling things on your Instagram. Like a modern-day influencer. Isn't that funny? How far the mighty have fallen. Now, I don't wish this lady any bad luck, but I do say this. It's very easy to understand what's going on here. You wanted to go up the elevator till you reached the tippy top, not being satisfied where you were, and then you realize that when you got up there, it's lonely at the top. Because most of the times for a lady to get up there, guess where you wind up? Yeah, that's right, alone. You dig?
Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's sickness.
That's modern
She
womanhood.
imagines herself with because she's looking for Prince Charming, riding in on a white horse, $200,000.
I want to stop that
I
there.
divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's sickness.
Stop. That's modern womanhood 101 for the rest of us. Just, I ain't gonna leave you modern women of middle class standards alone. Because that's what modern womanhood looks like from that level. You have the better degree, you have the better job, you're making more money. So you think that you could do better. So you decide to divorce and see if you can strike it out on your own. Because you deserve a second, third, and fourth chance out there. No. Fate has something in it for you. Because I know you guys believe in fate. You're very, very thoughtful on fate. Fate has something here for you. And you ain't going to like it. Karma has, and that's another thing that women love. Modern women love karma. Karma has something here for you. And you ain't going to like it. And to the one you have discarded as a stepping stone, the stone that the builder rejected, he'll soon be made the head of the corner. That's what the Bible says. Guess who's being made the head of the corner now? Okay. Play with me. Play with me.
Corey has got to say something. Give me a second for a second. Corey had it. Okay, Corey, hold on for a second. The last message me and Corey had was, I appreciate you, Tasha. I'm just private and I've always been. People love negativity and to make up shit on these blogs, and I'm a real one, says Corey to me. Haven't had one smear on my name. Been working 25 years consistently. God is preparing me for something major, that's all I know. I will forever protect Tia and my babies. I'll get through it in Jesus' name. No weapon shall be formed against me.
What did he say?
Yeah, what he said was about right. Because Corey Hardwick, for the most part, has been silent on this issue. He has not talked about this issue. He has been a stoic individual. He has moved in the right fashion. He had every right to say something. It's okay, he said. Don't worry. God will find a way for me. God will find a way. Yeah, he will. He'll start reaping the benefits, and she ain't gonna like it. Tia ain't gonna like it. See, she thought the world was revolved around her. No. God has a way of shoring things up in these circumstances. Yeah. Let's move it a bit forward here. Yes, indeed. Hold on. I want to hear from this gentleman right here, and then we're gonna play this one out. Hold on just a second. Because this one was indeed quite poignant. Let's go with it.
Like Carlos Miller said, you gonna get all that and find this dude with a lace front? Oh, hell no!
To all the young girls out here, let me give y'all some game. While you're looking like something, don't f*** off all your prime years. While you a bad out here, all your glory years, don't f*** them over. There's a lot of old bitches out here that f***ed over all their glory years. Now they want to settle down. Nobody want to settle down with no Honda Accord with 547,000 miles on it. Need spark plugs, oil change. Don't nobody want to settle down with that. Oh, now you want to settle down. You f***ed off over your prime years. Now you only want to settle down. Talk about no. When you was in your prime, you wanted to run around here and slap off your face. You wanted to pistol beat yourself with a bunch. You ain't want to take one. You wanted to be around here like that. Now you talk about, don't nobody want something. Things. No. Don't nobody want the Mercury Zephyr with the 460,000 miles on it.
It's time.
That's the truth. Ladies, you think your engine's out here. You think you can run like a man. You think your engine is like a man's. No, it isn't. We done told you. There is a shelf life. And usually these when these engines that run on a little too long, yeah, they get their comeuppance. They find their level. They're usually used for the scrap heap quite quickly. Unfortunately, you got to know the ledge, ladies, and usually that's around late 30, early 40 range. You should have invested wisely from your trust fund. You're a trust fund baby for a reason. But you keep running that edge that engine without proper oiling, without proper housing, without proper maintenance. You're gonna find out. Mess around and find out.
Time for some bitter truth, men. It's time for us to just take it in, take a deep breath, and take it in stride. No matter how good you do, if that woman feels like she can do better, she's gonna look to do better. It's just her nature. I'm not saying it's evil. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it is what it is. So I got a suggestion for all of you. All of you out there, understand this, man. Stop chasing women that you like and start chasing women that like you. Stop bending over backwards. Stop walking over mountains. Stop playing that Marvin Gaye ain't no mountain high enough stuff because it doesn't work in 2024. This new age love is not the old school love that you're used to. And for the ladies, I got a little message for you too. Yes, you can go on and look for something else, but the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
Leave it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much to THPP Network. Subscribe to THPP Network, doing wonderful things in YouTube streets. Yeah, he put listen, it's a hilarious look at things, but again, yeah. The fact of the matter is these ladies, hey, modern women like Tia have to learn the hard way. Don't stay her. She don't want to be saved. She don't need it. Listen. If you think that everything's sweet out here, it is not. And so, thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live here on IG and YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And now we get to this. Tia Mowry admits she regrets her divorce from her ex-husband. Really? Really? Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. Let's just move with this. Thanks very much to Reva TV. Subscribe to Reva TV. She's doing wonderful things in YouTube streets. I tell you what, she is kicking ass, taking names, and God love her for doing it. Let's get to what she has to say about, well, Tia finally realizing she messed up.
Right? There was all this talk about, Tia, her divorce, her quote-unquote graduation. And I was very adamant on the fact that, you know what? Tia can, you can fool some people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time, right? And I was very well aware of the fact that, Tia is stepping out on the limb and she absolutely regrets her divorce. Now, it's so funny when you're in these situations, when you say things and other people have to wait for the actual validation before they can believe it. But it's so interesting, like, whenever you have the ability in life and in general to read between the lines based off of what people are saying, their actions, and in the way that they are portraying themselves, you're very well aware of all of the signs and signals of the truth of the matter, right? So in this recent episode of Tia's TV show, which I'm telling you, this TV show is something else, okay? We're only on episode 2 and already so much stuff has happened. She's revealed so much information. She done put all her business out there, but she revealed in this most recent episode that she, while she's in the dating phase, regrets her divorce.
I hate when this stuff happens because it makes me feel like I've made a mistake.
A mistake of what? And what I thought was very interesting, when she revealed that sometimes she feels like she made a mistake, was that, the people around her or her quote unquote closest friend was basically telling her like, no, girl, no, you don't. You're the one that wanted this. You're the one. And like, I personally feel that as women, it's important that you have people around you who are not bitter or negative or have any disdain towards relationship reconciliation or fixing things. And what I noticed is that this quote unquote friend, her closest friend who has been around her, she's always trying to, invoke or infiltrate Tia's mind with her own personal feelings, right?
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Reba TV. Subscribe to her, doing wonderful things in YouTube streets. However, let me make this as succinct as possible. There's an old saying: single women keep women single. Single women keep women single, and chances are these ladies who are telling Tia that she's doing the right thing. I mean, listen, ladies always need cheerleaders. Okay, they always need somebody to tell them that what they've done is good and right. And because again, women move as a community, as a commune. It's groupthink. It's group. They don't make decisions on their own. Women can, for the most part, they can't make decisions on their own. They need a collection of women to make that decision for them. And as I said, single women keep women single. And in this case, as she said, she realized that she may have made a mistake doing a divorce, but single women, wrong and strong, say, no, you didn't make a mistake. Right. Life is showing you different. But single women, single modern women are telling you that you haven't made a mistake. It's okay. Keep on living. And you'll find out that it's okay. But listen, that's why I said single women are always vintage lady cheerleaders. Praising them for the decision they've made. Proud of them that they're living in their truth. When you know good and goddamn well you made a huge mistake. But hey, every hero needs a theme song and every modern woman needs a cheering section.
Right? So it's like because she has a certain disdain towards men, because she has a certain attitude, because she feels that men are beneath women and whatever the case is, she always tries to push that narrative onto Tia. And it's important as a woman to understand how much the company around you is going to affect the results that you are going to have in your future.
Got here with those tight ass pants on. Like, he literally borrowed that outfit. He can't afford her. You know how tight that jacket was? Like, he could not even breathe with that taco meat on his chest. Like, he legit is meat.
Again, single women. These are your heroes? These are the ones you want to learn from?
There are a shortage in men, girl. Good men. Good men.
Now, you see, if this was a different friend who was around Tia, like me, okay, I'm just going to be really honest with you, I'm being very transparent. I would have been like, well, what are the emotions that you feel when you feel that you want to go back? When you feel like you made a mistake, what is it about the situation? Is it the loneliness? Is it the bond that the two of you had? Do you feel as though this is something that you guys would be able to repair? That's what I want to say. Right? Because as a woman, you understand the power of marriage. And so you understand that, okay, you're out here, you're trying something new. Maybe you did make a mistake. Let's explore that conversation. Let's explore those feelings before I'm telling you or, pushing this narrative onto you that, no, you got it. You big and bad. You don't need him. You don't need to go back. You don't need to spin no block. How different of a conversation would it have been if she went down that road instead of trying to tell her what she should or should not feel?
I hate when this stuff happens because it makes me feel like I've made a mistake. A mistake of what? Girl, God. And that is fear. Because you thought about that long and hard. I did. For years. It wasn't one argument, you're out.
What's interesting...
Single women keeps women single. Keep it going.
To me is that, every time that Tia talks about the divorce at this point, right, on the TV show as of recent, she only says because, him and I are no longer.
And just because you are no longer doesn't mean that there's no love there. This is a symbol of a marriage, and it's no longer.
it's really hard for her to say that Corey and her are broken up. Corey and her are divorced because our relationship is over. I noticed that it's very hard for her to formulate it in that way, and the only way that she can articulate it is to say, "Oh, well, since it's no longer, and since it's no longer, and because it's no longer." And I personally feel like that's because, deep down, she doesn't even like the saying that, right? She doesn't even like how it feels when she articulates herself in that way, saying that the two of them are no longer in a relationship.
You know what? And here's the thing. This just came to me. This is supposed to be a reality TV show of modern womanhood, especially of a certain age. This is supposed to be let's call it Sex in the City light for women, black queens of a certain age. And the fact of the matter is, I think Tia Mowry is realizing now that this facade that has been created comes at a price. And she realizes that, that this is breaking her down. This is tearing her apart. All for the dollar. This is for filthy lucre, as they say in the UK. This is for the filthy lucre, and she is realizing she's losing a part of herself. She's losing her sense of reality because of it. She had to give up her marriage. She had to give up, a part of being married to be part of the least married and the most divorced. She wanted to do this for money. And so here we are doing this for money. And she realized that she may have made a mistake, but her single, most married, most divorced ladies are telling her, no, we love it out here. Yeah, okay. You're still of a youthful age. Until it hasn't hit them yet. They are the copium for Tia Mowry, but they're going to realize that all that glitters isn't gold. All that glitters is not gold. And that this reality TV show is not all it's cracked up to be. And if she had to do it all again, guess what? In her deepest, darkest thoughts, she would give all this money up to have her family back.
And the amount of tears that Tia is dropping every time this man's name is mentioned, every time she has to talk about the breakup, every time she talks about the divorce, and again, this being so long after the two of them separating, her already going on dates, her already testing the field, maybe, just maybe, all these people around you, if they were pouring into you and not being, the sisterhood and just fanning your flame, if they were really honest with you, I'm pretty sure we would have already seen a reconciliation. If Corey would have it.
The only person that I ever loved in my life was my ex. He's still in my heart,
The mask is slipping, ladies and gentlemen. The mask is indeed slipping. She has put on a facade of being strong, independent, and not needing a man. She realizes in her deepest, darkest thoughts, you know what? I do need him. I may have made a mistake. The biggest mistake of her life. And that she let him go, walk away. A good, religious family regarding black man. She let him go for a pittance because she wanted to be strong and independent. It's okay. One woman's poison is another woman's medicine. And if she doesn't come to Jesus soon, believe me, she's going to learn that lesson real quickly. It will not be a good end. This will not be a reality show to her benefit at the end of the day.
And Just to think about someone else feels weird.
Remember when Tia posted this post exactly last year, basically, and she said, "A word from me since the narratives are being made without my consent. Hear it here and only here. Just because the dating life is complicated doesn't mean I'm going back to something that no longer served me. That's like implementing if I don't book an audition or a part as an actor right away, I'm going to give up on my dreams. Please just stop. I ain't that weak. Please move on because I have. Thank you. Next."
She has to promote modern womanhood, people. She is doing it at all costs. She don't need no man. She's single. She's independent. But again, as Corey Holcomb already said not so long ago, she is dead. Pussy. And you have ruined the inheritance that you received. You spent it wisely, but you're frittering it away. You're just throwing money down the drain. Because you want to be appearing strong and independent and not needing a man. Okay. And remember,
she's saying that, and then on the TV show, she's saying something completely different. Now, I'm actually talking about different tidbits of this situation, but the episode actually started with Tia talking about how she is going to repurpose her wedding rings, right? So the rings that Corey gave her when he proposed and when they got married, she is going to take them to a jeweler and have the jeweler do something with the ring so that it can be made into, I believe, a bracelet for the daughter and a necklace for the son. But interestingly enough, there was a scene in which Tia put the ring on, okay? And the look of defeat on her face was ridiculous.
Do you need it? I do. Because I haven't worn it. It's just been sitting. It was very pretty.
Now, the reason why I say that this is ridiculous is because, you know, if you are this hurt about this situation, you see, when a woman is done with a relationship, I gotta tell you, when a woman is over it, when a woman no longer wants to be in a relationship with a man, there's no tears, there's no heartache, she don't even want to talk about him. Okay? She literally wants to act like he never existed. I don't know you, sir. You don't know me. There is no constant communication about that person. There's no constant conversations mentioning that person's name, bringing up the past, living in the past. Like when a woman is over a relationship, it's over. Hence why I strongly believe that Tia is fighting against, her coming out here and being the spokeswoman for divorce. And now she feels some kind of way because, even if she would want to reconcile, the sisterhood would never allow it. There's too many women who she uplifted when she decided to, quote unquote, graduate from her marriage, that they would look at her and be like, wait, you convinced us that there was a good thing for us to walk away too. We can't go back. So now
you can't go back. Yeah. Least married, most divorced women, for the most part, who is involved in this, can't go back. That's the difference between, unfortunately, African diaspora women of the West and every other woman. Most other women will realize they need to go back, and they'll go running back. Hands out, fully confessant, and willing to make amends. Sorry for what they have done. Not black women, unfortunately. They have to be super masculine and independent and aggressive and toxic and live in the establishment that being independent, being single is the end all and be all of the human experience. However, it must be said that is to the contrary. As I've said, being a mother, being the center of a family, that is being a wife and a mother, is one of the greatest positions a woman can have in their livelihood, in their lives, not their livelihoods, their lives. But modern women wishes to chuck this out with the baby and the bathwater. Because they feel this is a new dawn, a new day, and I need to act like a man. No. There's a reason why gender roles are gender roles. And people live up to them because they realize that in those periods, they will be covered. Their legacy is secure. But Tia wants to break those rules because Lord knows she's got a TV show to sell. She needs to sell modernity at all costs. But the mask is slipping. The mask is indeed slipping.
What are we going to do?
I'm all about inspiring and encouraging. And I mean, the DMs that I've gotten from so many women that are going through the same thing and just saying how they admire my courage and my strength.
Courage and strength. Courage and strength. You know what's the most courageous and strongest thing you can do is be a mom and be a wife. That's one of the strongest things you can do. Be a mother and wife. She wanted to run away from that because she thought she was missing out. It was FOMO, fear of missing out, people. Okay.
I'm going to be honest with you. You know, this TV show is called Tia Mowry Next Act. I think this TV show should have been called Tia Mowry Talks About Corey Hardrick. Okay, I think that's exactly what the TV show should have been labeled because that's what the whole entire narrative is about. And I understand that they're trying to explore her life after divorce, and so they're going through and picking up all the pieces. Like, I completely get, you know, the production standpoint of the TV show. However, you know, it's putting a light on Tia that is making people look at her in a different way. And I can't say if it's negative or positive, but from the comments that I see on social media, a lot of the people who were rooting for her, a lot of people who were rooting for her on social media doing the dancing and stuff like that, you know, they're kind of looking at her in a way like, girl, you going outside. Okay, you just look sad, you seem sad. You know, it doesn't seem like you are full-fledged 100% in this situation. It does not seem like, you know, you genuinely want to do this. It seems as though like you're doing this almost against your will.
AKA the mask is slipping.
Like, maybe you really need to go back. I saw so many people talking about it in the comment section saying, you know, she needs to just go back to her husband. Stop playing the game. Stop trying to be out here. Stop trying to get, you know, garner experience, because all that stuff is really not worth it when the person who genuinely loves you, cares for you, and is willing to work through things with you, you don't have that.
Because people who know Corey Hardrick know that his kids and his family was everything to him.
And interestingly enough, Tia knows herself that she does not have that. And I think that, you know, her going out there and tipping her toe in the dating pool, she was really like, oh, okay, I'm tripping. Okay, I think I was a little bit impulsive. Okay, I think I should have thought about this, you know, 10 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the line before I decided to make this decision.
But here's the thing. Kevin said it. Most commentators have said it. The streets aren't for you if you're a woman of a certain age. The streets aren't for you. They're cold. And they will treat you as such if you're back out here. But she's got to sell a reality show. She's got to sell that modern woman mindset. So she gets back out on these streets knowing that she is fodder for these streets. That she is ill-equipped for these streets. She can't handle these streets. These streets are not for you if you are of a certain age. Your money is run out. Your time out here is over. Your 2 of your 3 pillars are done. These streets aren't here for you. And I would say this to my family. I would say this to any friend who've asked me. Get out of these streets as quick as you can. Because as Kevin said, winter is coming. And it is coming. It's October now. Winter is coming for you. And you ain't going to like the cold.
And she even, had the audacity to, draw a reference to something that we already know the great KS has already said to a lot of these women.
We're talking about the speed dating situation. I need the tea. It was a show. It was hell. You know? What do you want to do? What's your best case scenario? I think I'm just going to die alone.
Now, after...
You're going to die alone, huh? I keep telling y'all, ladies, you can try to dance on his grave. Now he's a martyr. He tried to dance on his grave, and now he's a martyr. Guess what? He is risen from the dead. He's serving all you ladies your comeuppance.
She quoted the great KS and basically spoke about the things that he always told a lot of these women. Her friends were like, oh, you'll never be alone. You'll always have us. And then you can see Tia's face, her smile kind of drop. You will never be alone. You have us. Because it's like, I don't want y'all like that. And this is the problem with the quote-unquote sisterhood. Right?
Single women keep women single. Yes, that's what the sisterhood brings. Single women keep women single. I've seen it in my life. And it is not a pretty sight. It is an absolutely reprehensible sight. But they could have put their pride away and been a wife. And been a mother. Had a home, had a family. They don't want to be saved, so don't save them. Don't save them. What's the point? I'll let it go on for another comment, and then we're going to break it up to the Crimson Cure. Let's go.
Right? They feel like, we want you to go out there because we want you to be happy, but we really don't want you to really find somebody because we want to have, 100% access to you in your business at all times. And if you get into a stable relationship with a man who is going to protect his household, we're not going to be able to be all up in your bedroom, going through your closet. We're not going to be able to, call you at the drop of the dime and we can go out to a restaurant and have drinks. We're not going to be able to have this access. So you don't really, you could try to find a relationship, but you don't really, really need one because you got us here, standing in the gap for you.
That's right. You have these ladies here keeping you single. They need you. Misery loves company. They need each other. That is the reason why they're the least married and the most divorced. Because these women love the company. The company of themselves. The company they keep. And so, they're in need of you. They're like a virus. It's like a fire. Let's call it a fire. It's like a fire. It needs oxygen. And these ladies need you to live in their misery, to live in their truth. When you had it all already. You've had what these women want, which is husband, family, whatever. But that's slowly changing because the modern womanhood is taking over. As I said, 50% of women 18 to 35 will be single by 2030. It is taking hold, it is taking shape, and it's standards. Good life type of men, the rule of 6, all these things count towards one thing, and that is you being like these girls, so you can get on their girls' trips, so that you can go out on dinner dates. It's like you're marrying each other. If you're going to marry each other, hey, just be lesbian. But hey, you need the protection and provision of a man, right? Right? But hey, no, that goes against the narrative of this reality show. So let's let the single life continue, ladies and gentlemen, because Lord knows they want you to have a face like this. It's very haunting, ladies and gentlemen. It's gaunt, it's unhappy, it's longing, it's... Look at here, right here on Talk Live. This face is the face of a single woman. Single, independent, don't need no man, woman. It lacks happiness. It lacks any sort of enrichment. It lacks any sort of contentment. It's just a hunger. A hunger they think that they can quell by themselves or being in a coven of women. However, once you're within the man and the family unit, that's usually the cure. But it is the poison of modern womanhood.
My relationship, I was single for 9 years, and it was an emotional roller coaster.
And a lot of these women put other women in positions where they do become single, and the only women that they have, the only people they have around them is their friends, their homegirls. But what I find interesting is wait till these girls go get a relationship, then they're gonna leave you in the dust, and then you're gonna be sitting there twiddling your thumbs.
You feel lonely, you know, you have a tribe around you.
I do.
And
I'm tired of feeling that way, to be honest with you.
There was a point in the show where Tia's assistant, you know, put her out there to go on speed dating, right? So in this situation, she was going on speed dating. She was able to, you know, if you guys know how speed dating works, you sit down, you talk to a person, and then once the timer goes off, you switch to the next person and the next person and so forth. And, you know, Tia was there and she was, you know, hee and ha and she was saying all of these things, you know, to these men to make it seem as though everything was cool. And then whenever she went to her like green screen and talked about it, she was like, yeah, I don't like nobody.
Honestly, they all were not my type. I think the type of guy that I'm really attracted to is a guy who's, you know, tatted. Like a guy who's funny, who has a sense of humor, bad boy qualities and edge.
Okay, we're gonna leave it right there. I mean, she wanted she wanted a man with an edge. She wanted a man who's tatted. She wanted a man who was who Corey was. So why didn't she stay with Corey? That is the question. That is indeed the question. Thank you very much to Reva TV for her commentary here. Wonderful, wonderful. Sign up to Reva TV. She's doing wonderful things in the YouTube streets, believe me. And we're going to switch off to Tia and Tamara not being so close anymore. About the Crimson Cure. Crimson Cure understands that about womanhood, about being, you know, being a lioness and what it takes to be a lioness, and it involves you being in a safe, secure relationship. So shout out to the Crimson Cure, doing wonderful things in YouTube streets, expanding her subscriber base, and don't you love to see it? So let us get into this. Why Tia and Tamara don't want to, you know, be with each other, don't want to be seen with each other anymore. So let's go.
Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So this was very interesting, I thought, that Tia has come out to say that she's not as close with Tamara as she used to be, and, you know, she just wishes that their relationship was a bit closer now. Take a listen.
Family dynamic of having a mom and a dad in one household. And when you're dropping your kids off, you actually visually see how that is no longer.
We're about to go to Daddy's house now. Being alone has been the most challenging part of my divorce. It's times like this when I feel and wish that my sister and I were still close and I could, pick up the phone and call her. But that's just not where we are right now.
How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm okay.
Yeah, I've been seeing the headlines. I know y'all are going viral right now with the awkward hug. Like, it's so
exhausting.
stupid.
It's exhausting.
I know.
The red carpet video, yeah, about that. This was the first time that Corey and I had ever seen each other on the family dynamic. They're on the red carpet since the divorce. This is an event where women are being celebrated and honored, and he had never gone to any one of these events. I go to them almost every year. It was blown way out of proportion. It had ever seen each other on the red carpet.
Now, I found this little excerpt interesting for a couple of reasons. Because it just seems like Tia...
We're going to fast forward a little bit here.
She has to bring the children to Corey, and the children have to split their time with their parents in different households rather than their parents being in the same household where they can actually spend time with the both of them. And her also in saying that Corey never used to come to those events with her. She always used to go by herself. Now, people have made a lot of assertions about whether or not Corey was ever jealous of her or things of that nature. I don't think he was jealous of her, because women always be talking about how men be intimidated or jealous by their success. I think Tia, unfortunately, and I really don't mean this maliciously. It's gonna sound harsher than what I mean it to be, but Tia kind of sounds like she's exhausted. She just seemed like an exhausting person, and I don't even know if she does it maliciously. She don't seem like she do things or that she's exhausting from a malicious standpoint. It just seems like that's just her personality and that's just the energy, but it may have a tendency to rub you the wrong way because she's rubbing people the wrong way. Her and Tamara not being on terms enough for her to call Tamara on a regular basis, that's interesting. That's almost as interesting as the divorce. Because how your sister ain't really rocking with you like this. And I suspect it's because of just their divergent view of things. Tamara probably just don't see the world like Tia do at all. And I'm going to tell you what I really think about this. I just think Tia buys into the whole modern idea of womanhood and strong, independent through social media and through all this. And she seemed like she's easily influenced by those things. And Tamara just seemed like she not. And because of that, conversations are probably not very productive. When you don't have things in common, like your value system, see, that don't just affect your romantic relationships. I keep telling everybody this affects every relationship that you have. Because you can't pay me to believe that Tamara don't love Tia. That's her sister. And her twin sister at that. Right? And it's probably not a falling out or they just don't like each other. It's almost like we really grew apart. Like my life don't look like your life at all. And I kind of don't agree with the reasons why you made certain decisions.
Very well said there by the Crimson Cure. The Crimson Cure, please follow her. Please subscribe to her. She's doing wonderful things in YouTube streets, and she is so clear and concise with her thoughts and her views. And here's the thing. It is true. I think that I think there's some truth to what the Crimson Cure has to say. Tia and Tamara are split now because their value systems are different. They're totally different. Tamara is all about family. It's all about being a mother. It's all about being a matriarch. It's all about being the huge influence in her family's life. She wants to have the family of mom and dad at home with children and being that nurturer of the family, that lifeblood of the family. And she's totally into that, where Tia is on the modern woman's side. And which we have already gone into ad litem. And she is, DEADPUSSY. And the fact of the matter is, Tamara doesn't want to mix with Tia because she doesn't want to be unduly influenced. She does not want to be unduly influenced. She does not want for her family to consider this as an option. So she wants to keep her. She wants to love her sister at a distance. She doesn't want any bad influences on her family. And Tamara and God love Tamara. She may have, gone the way of this world. However, she has it bang on in terms of how she wants to set up her family to be. And she doesn't want to be unduly influenced by a Tia who clearly is for the bag and for modern womanhood. And how can you say that's wrong? How?
Right? Like, I don't agree with the mindset behind the decisions. And not even just with her divorce, but just probably the way Tia operate, period. Tamara probably just don't see things that way. And because they don't, it's like sometimes you can't talk to that person as much as you would like to. Because when you start talking to them, those differences really can make it be an unpleasant experience with that person. And like I said, and it's hurtful more so when you love the person that this is happening with. See, all family separation is not willing. It's not purposeful. It's not something that the two people or one of the people is actively deciding to do. Sometimes it's just the circumstances of how I live my life versus how you live your life. And when we come together, we really don't have a whole lot to talk about. Like, of course, I want to know that you're doing okay. I want to know that everything is all right with you. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. But those long, drawn-out conversations, hanging together all the time, being together, we don't have enough in common to make that pleasurable.
Yeah, she doesn't want to. She wants to love. Tamara wants to love her sister from a distance. She doesn't want her to be an undue influence on her family. She does not want to pick up bad habits. She doesn't want her bad habits to be, to infect her family. So that's why there may be a bit of distance here. I mean, this could be speculation, it may not be, but again, from what Tia is saying, we have to take her at face value. That all that glitters does not gold with Tia and Tamara, and I totally understand, because Tamara wants to raise her family as a traditional wife. She wants to be a traditional wife. She doesn't want to be a modern woman. She wants to be a traditional wife. And she's doing her best. She's doing what's necessary to be that wife. Tia used to be that person, but not anymore. And so they're on different wavelengths. They're on different paths. One for the bag and one not. I think one was fueled by the undue influence of Hollywood, which supports these single independent women. which sees it as its lifeblood. But again, Tamara doesn't want any part of it, and thus the distance. So all the power to her, in my opinion.
Or to make that a desirable thing. And sometimes this happens with friends, and it's unfortunate when it happens with your family, especially with family members that you love or that you was close to at one point in time. It's probably hurtful for Tamara as well. Because you can't tell me that there wasn't a point where they was each other's shadow being identical twins. But Tia seemed like she's the type that will call and will emotionally dump. And sometimes you don't want to hear that. You know, I love you, but I don't want to hear your emotional dump every time. I don't want to hear about, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear you, woe is me, about the decisions that you made to get here.
Very good point made there by Crimson Cure. Yeah, it seems that every time she talks about her husband and her divorce, she wants to cry. And you know what? She doesn't want to hear it anymore. She's done crying. She's done dealing with this issue anymore because you created this issue. You should be happy in your decision. You shouldn't regret it. You had it all. I mean, you literally had it all. And you decided to give it away. You decided to. Because I need to be single. I need to live my truth. I need to put myself first. So you put yourself first. You shouldn't be crying about it. The mask should not be slipping. So go ahead and live your life, but don't dump it on me and don't infect my family. She wants to keep her peace. So allow her to do it. Allow her to do it. And shout out and congrats to Tamara for realizing that she does not want to be part of the dumpster fire that is Tia's life right now. She doesn't want to be the emotional dump, as Crimson Cure was saying. She doesn't want to do it anymore. She wants to keep her happiness, she wants to keep her peace, and she wants to, hopefully, Tamara that is, be a good influence on Tia to the point where she realizes, hey, I made a mistake. Let me confess and try to move forward with Corey before it's too late. Before it's too late. But only time will tell if that is indeed the case.
Whether it's the divorce, whether it's something with the kids, whatever it is, it's like, I don't really want to hear the, oh my God, da-da-da-da-da. It's like, girl, okay, but these conversations are not necessarily productive. I don't get anything out of it. And it can wear you down when you are wanting to be close with somebody, but the person that you want to be close to don't add no value to you. And I don't mean like money or anything like that. I mean, they don't reciprocate. You get to dump. You get to pour your emotions out on the table. You get to do, but can I call you and do the same? Can I call you, and you be my safe space, like I'm your safe space, or is it one-sided? Or is it when I call you, you don't have time for that? Or you're just not the person that I would call for that in the first place? Do you talk too much? Do you yip a gap about the things that I tell you? It could be a number of things. And I'm not saying what I'm saying is the absolute truth, but just from the experience, just having gone through stuff like this with friends or close people or family members or whatever, it's like I can't talk to you. I would like to. But when we get on this phone, girl, I really don't got a whole lot to say. It reminds it reminds me why it's been a couple of weeks since we talked on the phone. And it ain't like I don't like you, I don't love you. It's just I can't. Okay, baby. All right. You know, it's only so much emotional dumping I can take because I got my own thing going on, my own life. And even if it's not hectic or full of turmoil, so now I just don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear what Corey said to you on the phone a couple of weeks ago when he called about the kids. Like, girl, I don't want to hear that. And girl, I think he still want me. And girl, you know, y'all know how it is. And Tia probably carry a certain mindset that Tamara don't really rock with and don't really want to have nothing to do with, because you're not going to influence me away from my husband or my family, or and she may not have agreed with Tia's decision to divorce Corey based on the reasoning, and she probably warned Tia about all of this stuff. Don't do that. You can work on it, this, that, and the third. And then Tia didn't listen. She did it anyway. And now everything that Tamara said she was about to go through, now she going through it. And Tamara do not want to hear this. Because I already said that to you. I told you. So now you want to come back and tell me that everything I said was right. And now, you know what I'm saying, the grass wasn't necessarily as green as you thought it was going to be on the other side. Your grass could have been green had you watered it. And I'm not saying Corey was perfect. Let's get that straight. Because as I've said many times before, when a marriage of that length and them being together as long as they've been married for 14, but they were together almost 20. Okay, we can't forget that part. Then the destruction of the marriage, or the things that was going on that was going wrong in the marriage, two people do that, not one. Two people contribute to that, because two people are in the relationship, not a relationship by yourself. So if it completely fails, there was some contribution on your part. So Corey contributed to that. We may not ever know in what way he contributed to that. But I guarantee you there was a contribution on his part to why that marriage didn't last. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. And nobody is 100% the victim or 100% innocent. However, with that being said, that doesn't mean that it can't be worked on. And that doesn't mean that it can't be salvaged. Just like two people, it takes two to mess it up. It takes two to fix it.
Good points raised there by Crimson Cure. Yes, indeed. Let's make that perfectly clear. I mean, Corey has his part to he has to take some of the blame for the divorce, of course. It takes two to tango, and you need, and some acceptance of blame has to be accepted by Corey for the divorce. However, I'm sure that Corey is willing to work on it. He did not file for divorce. Remember, it was Tia who did. And I think that Corey was willing to work on their marriage. However, Tia did not want to work anymore, and Lord knows there was a bag waiting for her. So therefore, she decided, you know what, let me take this bag. Let me, try to sell this reality show. Let me try to get this divorce so I can live my truth, so I can put myself first. That's exactly the words that Tia said. She wanted to put herself first. She wanted to be... She didn't want to put her family there. She has already put her family there all these years. Now I want to put myself first. Okay, fine. You take that risk. However, Tamara didn't want any part of that. She didn't want to be the emotional dump for her. She wanted to protect her freedom, protect her family life, and she had other things that she didn't want to be emotionally invested like that. She wanted out of that. And then you get the likes of And Corey, said to himself, you know what? I was willing to work on this. Maybe I had a part to play in this, but hey, if you want us to move on, move forward, that's fine. I will live for my family. I'll be there for my family. However, and if you reconcile, so be it. But you know what? I'll move on. And Corey has been stoic in the process, and all the power to him. All the power to him. But here we are, and let's just get to the final thoughts here of Miss Cure, and then we can follow up with our own closing.
Tia, for we don't know how long. Don't do that. It's not necessary to break your marriage up, girl. This is just that. Why don't y'all do this? Why don't y'all do that? Y'all can do this. And Tia was so tired of it, or whatever. She was so done with the relationship that she wasn't even trying to probably hear what Tamara had to say about all the ways that it could be fixed. Tia just seemed like she was tired of it to begin with, and she was just done. So once you just done, sometimes it ain't nothing that the other person can do. If one person just really done with the relationship, it really kind of ain't no saving it. Like I said, it takes two people to save it, not one. So if the other person just really don't want to be there, you can't make that person be there. So she left it. But now that she left it, it's like, oh, now all these other things crop up. These other types of dynamics that I'm not really rocking with. Like, I don't really like the way this is going. But, when you make your bed hard, you got to lay in it. Mm-hmm. And that's what Tia is having to do, and she don't like that. And Tamara, from what I'm gathering, from what this clip is saying, Tamara is just letting Tia lay in her bed. She just letting her lay in it. Like I could commiserate with you a little bit because you is my sister and I love you. But at the same time, girl, don't head on. Anyway, jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again,
thank you very much to the Crimson Cure. And let's just end things off here, ladies and gentlemen. I think we got the crux of the matter here. Just going to head on back here. Just bring it back to myself. The Friday night is over and I got to get going myself. But here's the thing. Here is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Tia Mowry wants to be a modern woman for the dollar. Tia Mowry wants to... She wants to end a perfectly fine relationship because she wants to put herself first. She wants to live her truth. She wants to, she wants to see what it is. She doesn't want to live in FOMO no more. Yeah. And so she's out there. So she's living the life. But the fact of the matter is, we can see the cracks that many of her in her past have seen before, and realize that these streets are not for them. And as Corey Holcomb has already said, she is DEADPUSSY, and she will be treated as such in these streets. Time nor twine wait for no man. You cannot bend the time-space continuum to your will simply because you are a Hollywood star. Doesn't happen that way. There are repercussions for your actions. And you being in the streets in your 40s is not the place to be. Most other races see that, but it seems that for the modern African diaspora woman of the West, I have to contextualize that. It seems to be problematic for the long and the short of it. And they are the least married and most divorced because they so highly believe in this modern woman lifestyle, and their friends and And their so-called friends and their so-called single ladies will keep them single. They'll be their cheerleaders as they move forward. And the fact of the matter is, most women come to this realization. Rarely are there the Halle Berrys of the world, especially of the African diaspora of the West. These women realize that this life is not for them. It never has been, never will be. That's why most other ladies tend to stay married as they get older. They realize that, hey, the chips are in, the inheritance is done. Let me stay where I am and reap the benefits here as being a matriarch of a family, being a mother of children. But for Tia, she needs that bag, and she'll do whatever it takes to get it. And I think it's fueled by the filthy lucre. I feel it's fueled by modern womanhood. I feel it's fueled by her friends. I think it's fueled by many bad actors. And it is clear that this lady has been misguided, and she's realizing that she is suffering the consequences of said decisions. And it's a bad sign. It's seen as a bad light because I think Corey wants to make amends. I think Corey wants to bring his family back together, but he can't because this woman is in a totally different mindset, in the modern woman mindset, and she cannot be brought back to reality, cannot be brought back to what has been, because she doesn't want to lose face. She does not want to see the error of her ways. And so we are here. She is seen as a vintage lady. She's vintage now. Not a good vintage either, mind you. Not a good vintage at all. And there's a lesson to be learned from this young lady's ordeal. With all the jokes aside, that this is another tragedy of marriage that says, hopefully they're to be reconciled. But if you want to be part of the 50% of women of men and women who are divorced, so be it. But vintage is not all it's cracked up to be, and it's not the fine wine you want to be associated with. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. We're going to leave it right there. I am out of here for another week. We'll be back again Tuesday night with another set of shows as we go along. I'm going to get out of here and watch this baseball game. It looks pretty darn good. Looks like the Yankees are, they still have a lead. And I'm going to watch the end of that game also and do some other things as well. But I wish you guys a great weekend. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. Thank you to Gizato. Thank you for Golden Tight with some of his humorous commentary, and all of you who joined me tonight here on Talk Live. We'll be back next week, so look out for listening to that. And we're gonna get out some Talk Live minutes available. So you got to promote the brand, got to get it out there. And thank you very much for your subscriptions. They are going up as we speak. The viewership is going up as we speak, and we're gonna get it up there as well with some of the Talk Live minutes. So look out for those this weekend. Thank you very much for joining me, and we'll look forward to seeing you again on Tuesday night. And I'll leave you here, and here from the city of Toronto, the city of the Big Smoke. And I bid you adieu and good night from Toronto. And thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live here on YouTube. This will be uploaded right away, but Talk Live minutes are forthcoming, and I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you very much, Gidato, and all of you for your comments, and I look forward to seeing you guys then. All right, so have a great weekend. Got my Arsenal coming up this weekend, as you can see behind me. This one, there you go. As you can see behind me, and looking forward to the match against, I think it's, Bournemouth this weekend. Tough match, but again, we're moving into that area pretty soon on and up.